Hello, I'm Joseph Yaconelli.
And I'm Cass Anderson. Welcome to Ashland High School Broadcasting.
Following the passage of No Child Left Behind in 2002, standardized testing has become a large part of students' lives. In fact, in just 6 years, state spending on standardized tests rose from $423 million to $1.1 billion.
93% of studies have found that this testing has a positive effect on students' learning. But what do you think? When certain standardized tests even come with instructions for what to do if you throw up on the test because of nerves, is it really a positive thing for our students?
This week, we interviewed school officials, students, and even counselors to see their take on this controversial aspect of education.
How important is standardized testing? Standardized testing is required by most universities across our country. It's not going to keep you out of getting into the college of your choice if you have the GPA to get in, if you have the leadership to make you stand out on your college application, but it can certainly help you to earn scholarship money. For instance, the U of O Presidential Scholarship, not only do you have to have a 3.85 in order to apply for their Presidential Scholarship, which is worth $9,000 per year, you also need to have a minimum SAT score of a 600 in each area.
Well, I think in the big picture, it's a piece of what could be used for colleges to determine, because basically the bottom line, a college just wants to know if a person who's applying that they're thinking of accepting is going to be successful on their campus. And so they've got to get some information about all these 6,000, 30,000 kids, an idea who will be that person, who will be successful, who will bring diversity on their campus, things like that. So I think it can be a factor, but it should not be the most important, or maybe not even the second or third most important thing that a college looks at.
So obviously I'm an SAT teacher, so I think standardized testing is a positive thing in a lot of ways. I don't think that it really predicts everything about the potential success of a college student, but I do think it helps to identify which students are stronger in reasoning and analytical skills, especially on the SAT. And so I think in that way it does help to support some of the things that colleges are looking for, whether they're looking for a certain type of a student. It may help colleges figure out whether or not a student who has lower grades has more potential, and it also may help show some students that do have high grades, if they have lower test scores, perhaps they don't have the analytical skills equivalent to another student who has the same grades.
I believe that standardized testing is not a good measure of your knowledge, because I think that some people, one, can be very bad at taking tests, which is very common in high school students these days. And I also believe that there are many other ways to prove proficiency. There are people who are really right-brained and people who are really left-brained, and I think that there should be different types of testing to show those different types of people's abilities. And they might be very good at the same thing. Like they could all be in AP Calc, but one could get a very bad score on a standardized test because they do not take tests well. And so I think that that should not be the only measure of your smartness.
I think standardized testing is, it could be a good idea, but it's hard to set a standard for actual high school students versus, they can say it on paper, right? This is how the people are going to do, this is how well the people are going to do, this is how well they should do, but it doesn't actually turn out that way because you have more than just one high school in Oregon, and they have different standards for each high school generally. So, yeah, that's it.
And now we're going to head over to Carl, who's got an update on snow sports at Ashland High School.
Hi AHS, I'm Carl Mogline. Behind me are the wonderful mountains of Ashland. One big issue, no snow. I talked to both the coach of the alpine skiing as well as the snowboard coach on how this lack of snow is affecting their season.
My name is Matt Farrow, and I'm the head coach of the Ashland High School snowboard team, and it's my 15th year as the coach.
Hi, my name is Gary King, and I'm the head coach for Ashland High ski team. This is some of my kids down here for dryland training. And it's pretty ironic that you're interviewing me today when it's 70 degrees outside at the end of February.
And since 1992, I've never seen a season like this.
We're basically in uncharted waters this year. So normally by this time of year we would have probably 20 to 25 practices on snow under our belt, but we haven't been able to do that.
But then as a team, we've been to Mount Bachelor 3 times. We've been to Mount Ashland twice, and that was when they were closed, but we were hiking and we were setting up rails, building jumps.
So we decided we would take our whole league, 40 skiers, up to Mount Hood. We went up there for 3 days on January 25th, and we actually held 4 races in 2 days. We brought all of our gear up there, we brought a bunch of parents to be volunteers, and we held enough races to qualify our kids for state. That was important to us because the Ashland girls, of course, are the defending state champions.
Well, we actually we haven't done any competitions as of yet. This weekend, March 1st and 2nd, we're going to be at Mount Hood and Timberline ski area to compete in the half pipe and bank slalom and border cross. And those are going to be our first 2 events that we've done. And then next weekend is March 8th, Saturday, we're going to compete in slope style at Mount Bachelor. And those are our 3, like, quote unquote, local competitions. And that gives us the points to determine who goes to state. And then state is the following weekend.
So basically we've been trying to be proactive rather than give up on Mount Ashland because it's not open. We've kind of been traveling. Our kids want to ski. And at the beginning of the year, they raised a bunch of money to even be on the ski team. So we took a lot of that money that they raised and we spent it on these ski trips.
Carl, thank you very much, and go Grizz. We'll see you.
Thanks, Carl. Now, before we head out, Rogue News Print Edition recently featured an article about all the amazing things Ashland High School students have done. But now here's a little bit on what they can't do.
I can't drive a stick shift.
I can't sing.
I'm Soren and I can't play cello.
I can't sing, but it doesn't stop me.
Yeah, I can't think of anything to say.
I can't get the girls to leave me alone.
I can't grow a beard. Actually, I can.
Can't? Oh, not yet?
Go for it.
I can't do a one-handed handstand.
I'm Sarah Bester and I can't braid my hair. My mom braids my hair and I'm not very good at tying my shoes.
This has been Joseph Yaconelli
and Cass Anderson. Thanks for watching Ashland High School Broadcasting.